So this is a case study in how we took Doug Amell's song, The Sun Will Shine, and produced it to win second place in an international songwriting competition.
So I'm a passable musician at best, certainly not brilliant, but I have a lot of songwriting ideas. There's always things going around in my head, songs that need to be created, and so when I get them out, maybe in just rough form on piano or on my audio workstation, I can never quite get the sound that I want. So I'm a huge fan of farming things out to internet production studios. And I've worked with some before, and I've been pretty happy with what I've had, but I had the opportunity to work with Sundown Sessions because I'd read something I really liked about the producer, Chris, and how great his ear was and how much he really cared about music.
From the outset, what we did is we sort of talked about the approach and the instrumentation and what he was trying to do and the feeling he was trying to get across and what he was trying to do with the song.
So I sent down a scratch track for a song that I had, and I gave him an idea with a template of what I really wanted to have the feel of the song be like. And he took that on and really ran with it.
When the darkness surrounds you and your dreams, they seem forever gone. When your stars have lost their brightness.
And so the first thing I did was I bumped it up, I think, a BPM and a half or 2 BPM, just to give it a little more hop. Also, I tightened up the verses so that the song would get to the choruses quicker, which was, going along with the approach that we were taking for the production. And then lastly, I doubled up the bridge. So because we were taking such a direct approach with the verse and the chorus, we needed the listener to have a little, estuary, a little spot to sort of relax and get an ear break from the main concept of the song. Once Doug had signed off on these ideas, we approached the recording. And the first thing I did in the recording was we put the drums down. So the drums have a very insistent type of meter, almost like you'd hear from a band like Metric, but they also retain this a little bit of a vintage vibe. It sounds like, a guy just wailing on the kit in a studio, which it was. And we wanted to retain that. And the guitars were not the central instrument of the song. Give the song an orchestral size, but not be too overbearing. And the synths were really the main driver of the chorus. They're not necessarily the loudest thing in there, but they're the thing that provide the pulse. And for that, I selected one of our session players who has a room full of analog synths, and he put down actual analog synths on the choruses. Choosing the vocalist, not only for the performance and their sort of vibe with the song, it's also about the vocal tonality. So you want the tone of their vocal to fit with the rest of the instruments. And so we selected one of our singers who's sung on a bunch of really big records, and he's got an excellent combination of clarity and a little bit of grit, a little bit of sandpaper on his vocal, which give it this great character. When it came time to do the background vocals, I went for a girl with a very clean vocal sound. So it was sort of like the chrome on the metal that would complement the rougher vocal underneath. That's always been a great combo.
I was really impressed, especially with how, there was one time I gave an idea that maybe this might work, and he says, well, I'm not sure how well that goes with the feel and the intention of the song. And he was absolutely right. So when I thought about it, it was like, wow, he really listens to that song at many, many deep levels.
Doug suggested putting in an intro that was really similar to the example song that he sent in. The only problem with that is there's a difference often of intent in the song. So lyrical intent, musical intent. And because there's a difference with those things, the same things don't work.
Almost takes it on as his own song, as his own baby, and that's what I really liked. I really appreciated. He wasn't just trying to be a yes man to whatever the client wants, although he was very, very attentive to what my needs and desires were. But what I really liked was that he gave his opinion in a respectful manner. And
Doug signed off on the whole thing. We sent it off to the mix engineer. Our award-winning mix engineer just nailed the mix.
And he wasn't going to settle for, good enough. He definitely wanted to make sure he blew my socks off, and he absolutely did that. I was so happy with the finished production of my song.
So we didn't hear from Doug for a little while, and we were busy working on other records. And sort of out of the blue, maybe a month and a half later, maybe 2 months later, we got an email from him saying that he had taken second place in the Broadjam Steinberg International Songwriting Competition. Wow, that was amazing. And congrats, Doug. That was super cool. We were absolutely, over the moon about being a part of it. For the rest of you out there, if you have songs that you've been, thinking of trying to turn into something bigger and better, feel free to send it in. We'll just have a listen to it. Happy to have a phone conversation or an email thread, with some ideas on some approaches to that. And also feel free to leave a comment below this video. Let us know, if you liked it and if you found it helpful, and also maybe some things that you think we should cover in future videos. All right, happy recording.
I'll definitely be using Sundown sessions again.
When the rain is pouring